Hello, I'm Colin and this is the Grumpy Dragons Hobby Haven, episode 1. Hi, basically. Hi. Why? Why YouTube? Why am I doing this? Why, as a 53-year-old bloke, painting miniature figures? Why? Because I enjoy it. Didn't do it for a long time. My last figure I painted before November last year was 30 years ago. Last year in November I decided that I was going to restart this hobby. It took me that long. I did it because I was sitting there staring at a blank screen on my computer, not wanting to turn the computer on to play a game that I've been playing for God knows how long, realising that I've got nothing to show of what I've done. Unlike, I will say, my partner, who does so many different things, so many creative things. She's got so much she can show. I haven't, really. The only other hobby that I've got is D&D, 2nd edition D&D. I've just started playing 5th edition D&D, and I produce campaigns and I produce the world. You know, I've got a complete lore and complete world, campaign world that I've created. You know, that's one thing I've got to show, but no one's going to see that except for those people that play with me. So, for some reason, I decided I'm going to restart my hobby. I'm going to restart painting figures, and that's what I did. I brought myself a box set of paints, 10 paints from Army Painter, D&D paints with a figure, Minsk and Boo, I think it was. From Baldur's Gate, I think. To correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe they are from that. I should know. And I painted it, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought, you know what, I really enjoy doing this. I've forgotten how much I enjoy doing this. So I brought some more, and some more, and some more paint. I got some figures and some a paint set for Christmas from my partner. I then ordered some more figures, and I've ended up with painted 11 figures and about 11 figures to paint, and a couple of those figures have got to be assembled, and I'm going to enjoy assembling them. And I thought, well, why not do a YouTube channel and share my adventure through this year, share me painting these figures, building these figures up, you know, and maybe learning some things on the way. I use YouTube as much as what you use YouTube to find me. There's some techniques I don't know. I mean, I've just, you know, and I'll go YouTube and I'll look at it and oh, okay, and I'll try and do it. If I can do it, great. If I can't, I'll look again until I can get it done. And that knowledge I'll pass on via this channel. You know, everyone wins. And I will let you know where I got that advice from, because the advice I might be getting might be wrong, so you might want to pop back and have a look at this channel. And that's what I'll do. I've got a project I want to do. Like I said, 30 years ago, I used to play Warhammer 40k. I used to have an Orc army, and I gave my Orc army to my daughter, who doesn't play no more. And I managed to get some of the pieces back, including a tank that I built. And this tank is actually, has seen better days. It's got bits falling off it and stuff like that. And I thought, hey, there's a project for me to do. I can not strip it right down and repaint it, rebuild it, and make it look really good to my techniques now. And that's going to be something I'm going to do on this channel. I've got a big dragon that I've just brought from a company called Myth Forge. I think it's about 6 pieces that I've got to put together. It's big. It's on a 4-inch base, and that's going to be done. I'm going to paint that on here. I'm going to put it together on here, and that's what I'm going to do. Anything I get and I think, oh, that'll be worthy of a YouTube channel, I'm going to put it on YouTube. I'm going to try and do a video once a week. Maybe it might turn into a fortnightly. And it'll just be me painting a figure that I might have lying about and having a chat of what I've done and showing you at the end and the end of the month, I'm showing you what I've painted at the end of the month, or what I've managed to get, a haul or something. That'll be what this channel is about. And I hope that you'll be here to and stay with me throughout the time that I do this. So without any further waffle or anything else, I'm going to show you what I've done for the past all the 11 figures that I've painted. I'm also going to show you a figure that I had painted 30 years ago, just to give you a comparison how far I've come, and my god have I come a long way. And we'll go from there, shall we? And we'll see how we go. If you like what you see and you like the idea of what's coming, then please subscribe, please like, please comment. And that's the other thing, if you want to comment, if you see something, oh, Cole, you could have done this a bit better, have you tried this technique I've seen on thing, by all means do this. Constructive criticism I will take, but it's the nasty criticism, it's the horrible criticism I won't take. One of the rules that I've got on here, and it's one of my admin rules, is be nice. If you can't be nice, then don't say it at all. If you say it and it's not nice and I get a complaint, you're gone, you're off, you're unsubscribed, you'll be blocked. Simple as. That's the only nasty point I want to say. It's not really nasty, it's just a fair. Be fair, be nice. In the comments, if you've got a figure that you want to share, by all means share it. Put a photograph of it. If you want to send me some pictures of figures that you've painted that you're proud with, by all means send me them. If you want, I'll put them on this channel. How about that? There won't be the giveaways, there won't be competitions on high subscriber points. I'm not going to go for massive subscribers. I'm not going to do that. That's not what I'm about. I'm about just having a bit of fun and sharing what I do. And that's what this channel's about. So let's enjoy this whole year together. Let's do a year, see how it goes. If it goes beyond a year, great. And if you're here with me from now to the start, hey, we'll see how we go. So without any further chat, I've probably said this once, I'm going to stop waffling now and let's get on, and I shall show you the figures that I've done so far since November. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, here goes then. This first figure, this is one I've done 30 years ago. This was an Orc Burner boy that I managed to get back from my daughter. As you can see, this is not particularly good. Knowing what I know now, I know the mistakes I made. For instance, no shadow, no washes on the skin, didn't use any contrasts, but I didn't know about it at that point in time. I mean, yeah, okay, it was 30 years ago, I was in my 20s, but it was actually a relatively new hobby for me at that point. Yeah, and I actually thought this was a really well painted. Probably back then it was, I don't know. But after that I stopped, and yeah, can't even remember the colours I used. I mean, they're obviously all Citadel, and give you some idea, there's the ones in the hexagon bottles, if you remember. Yeah, so that's him. I got my dry brushing good. I was good at my dry brushing, I know that much. Anyway, 30 years later, picked up some paints, picked up a paintbrush, which came free with the paintbrush, with the paints. This figure came free with the set as well, Minsk and Boo. Yeah, restricted paint palette, obviously 10 colours. So using Dragonfire red and a green and the pink on his skin, angelic yellow, I think I mixed him for Boo up there, mithril silver for his weapons and his armour, and abyssal black as well for obviously the base. And what I did with the abyssal black was I actually watered it down so that I could get the like a shadow wash going on in his armour to make that stand out a bit. I was really pleased with the way that turned out. And I'd be perfectly honest with you, if I hadn't had this one hadn't turned out well, I probably wouldn't have done it picked up anymore. But yeah, I was well pleased with the way he turned out. So that was Mint Skin Boo. My next one, I started playing 5th edition, and I was playing a Dragon Ball Monk, so I decided I was going to get a Dragon Ball Monk figure. Hey, who wouldn't? Got this from Etsy. I can't remember the name of the shop I got him from, but I'll put a link up in the description for him. Yeah, I love this fireball. Love the way it all turned out. Again, 10 colours, and I had to really think on how I was going to create this orange and put some shading in there. I mean, knowing what I know now, I might come back to him and actually put a shadow wash on there just to see if I can pick out a little bit more, and maybe highlight it with a bit of wildfire orange that I've got now. That might help bring this out, we'll see. The only drawback happened was when it was delivered, unfortunately the staff was broken there, and this little tiny bit at the end, so I had to glue it back together. So unfortunately it was glued a little bit crooked, but I think it adds to it, to be honest with you. But again, I was pleased the way it turned out. I wasn't 100% sure how I was going to do him with, as again, the restrictive palette that I've got at this point. But yeah, well pleased with him. Anyway, my partner Kelly, seeing that I was actually starting to enjoy this again, decided she'd buy me a couple of figures, and this one she brought. And her actual words when she saw this was, "I didn't realise that was that small." Yeah. As you can see, each one of these squares on this board is a centimetre. This character is, what, if I put it on a line, less than 3 centimetres. And it was extremely fiddly to paint, but I got there in the end. Enjoyed painting it. Again, there's a Dragonfire red on there, there's Kraken blue, there's Flump pink, Trent green, angelic yellow, mithril silver, and abyssal black. It seems to be the sort of like the pattern at the moment, doesn't it? There are other colours that I've got, but I just seem to like these colours. But yeah, he was a challenge, even down to the little goggles on him. I don't know if I can get in close on them. You just about see them. I actually managed to do it without getting on his eyes. So yeah, that was my gnome wizard. And the other one she brought me was an Elven Ranger. I love this one. I just love the way she's standing on that tree. Yeah, and when I got this one, I had just ordered, and I nearly forgot. Where are they gone? They're over here. I just ordered a set of these. So now my kit is getting bigger. I've got these, nice little light. Come with a couple of other magnifying glasses in there. Let's go into focus. There we go. And yeah, I was chuffed with that. Obviously, being 53 years old, my eyesight ain't as good as it used to be. So anyway, back to Mrs. Elven Ranger here. Loved her stance. Again, 10 colours. We've got, see if you can guess it this time. We've got Dragonfire red, Flump pink, Trent green, Bugbear brown, angelic yellow, mithril silver, and abyssal black. So Bugbear brown I used on the tree. The red I used on her hair. I made her a red head. And on the tree there with the fungi just here and here, I've done that there. Kept her trousers black and made the rest of her green. Absolutely loved painting this one. She didn't come with a base, so I had to buy some extra bases. I haven't yet painted this base, but I will do later on, and I'll show you what I've done with it. So that was the Elven Ranger. Okay, so After the Elven Ranger, I ordered a couple of figures from a company called Myth Forged, local company to me in Peacehaven. This was a pirate pin-up. Fantastic figure, fantastic to paint. And it was at this point I learnt how old I was. Walked into a local shop there I knew they sold Citadel paints, and I asked for gunmetal. Yeah, gunmetal. I didn't get laughed at. I just got, my God, we don't do that anymore. You have to have these 3 colours because this is what how they do it now. And it was lead belcher, Stormhost silver, and Nuln oil. This was my first experience with Nuln oil, and putting this together here, actually making it. I'm sorry, but I've got a runny nose. It was actually fun to actually see that colour coming in, and it really did pick it up. And I also brought a purple colour. Forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but it's Xerius purple I brought. And the overall colours that I used for was Torrent green, Bugbear brown, Mithril silver, and Abyssal black. Now, I then brought some Citadel paints at this point, which was the Lead Belcher, the Stormhold silver, the Xerius purple, Fire Slayer flesh, and Nuln oil, and that is what I used on that, and she actually turned out really, really well. Now, I've just noticed that I have done a hair red. I've forgotten to write down on my list Dragonfire red. So, there you go, she's got red hair, so it's Dragonfire red as well. So yeah, my purple pirate pin-up. Yeah, really enjoy painting that one. Goes over there. The other figure I brought from Myth Forged was a warlock, human male warlock. The detail on this one was unreal, and I wanted to take my time on this one. I took my time on it, but I really wanted to get this one to work well. So I brought myself a few more paints at this point. So there's Dragonfire red in it, there's Bugbear brown, Mithril silver, and Abyssal black. There's the Xerius purple, Gene Stealer purple, Lead Belcher, XV88, Zandari dust, Gorax sewer. My God, these names. Snakebite leather and Nuln oil. And together it produced this, and I absolutely loved it. The pauldrons were an accident. I forgot to clean my brush, and I think it was a combination of the snakebite leather and the Garrick sewer, which are both contrast paints, and it turned out with that colour there, and I absolutely loved it, so I kept it. I thought, no, I'm going to keep that, I'm going to remember that combination, and I'm going to use it on some more figures, which I have done, and you will see. But yeah, human warlock. From a warlock to a cleric. This cleric, again, loved the figure. Again, brought from Myth Forged. This one I set myself a challenge. I asked Kelly to choose the main colours and see what she'd come up with. And it worried me a little bit because she does that with me sometimes when she's doing her adult colouring, and I do choose some colours that don't exactly go with each other, and she does really well, and I thought she was going to do the same, and she didn't. She was really, really nice to me, and I came up with this, and we had a Dragonfire red, an Angelic yellow, Xerius purple, Gene Stealer purple, Wraith bone, see there's a new one there, XV88, Zandari dust, Snakebite leather, Mithril silver, and Nuln oil. And again, another base that didn't get finished. This one, again, didn't have a base. Not too sure if it was supposed to have come with one, but it didn't have one. So luckily, I brought some bases, so I just stuck it to that. And I haven't finished that base yet. So that's the second thing I've got to do the base on. So maybe I'll have a base painting session at some point. But yeah, really, really happy the way this one came out. And that was that. Anyway, while I was buying some of those paints for the cleric, one of the shops that I went into to get a specific type of paint we're giving away Space Marines. Now, I haven't painted a Warhammer 40k character, but yes, you got it, 30 years. So I thought I'd just have a bit of fun with this. Yeah, so we've got our Dragonfire Red on here, Mithril Silver, Abyssal Black, Angelic Yellow, Sirius and Gene Stealer Purple, None Oil, Xander Dust, Snakebite Leather, and Garrick Sewer again. And yeah, I had complete fun painting this. Not too sure about the colour of the gun, if it was right in keeping with 40k, but I'm not playing 40k, so I didn't think it really mattered. I understand purple can be used for the Emperor's Children. Please correct me if I'm wrong, please let me know. But I did enjoy painting that. I might get myself some more at some point just to have a laugh and paint them the same colours. I might create yourself a little band or something of them. So anyway, while I was walking back to my vehicle, I come across a shop and they were selling figures, and I walked in, and this little demon here, well, I say little, just jumped into my hand. So he had to come home with me, and I painted. And I must admit, this is probably about, at this point, I'm really starting to see the progression I've made. We've got Abyssal Black on him. We've got Dragonfire Red, Dwarf Gold. I'll tell you where that came from in a minute. Mithril Silver, Wraith Bone, Fire Slayer Flesh, Snakebite Leather, Garrick Sewer, Skaven Blight Dinge, and Storm Vermin Fur. You can guess where all that is. This figure I brought near to Christmas, and yeah, I was having fun, and I hadn't got him finished until after Christmas. I think I started painting him on about the 23rd, just before Christmas Eve. And yeah, so didn't get him finished until after Christmas. And for Christmas, my other half had brought me a set of paints, Game Master set of paints, and they come with quite a few different colours. And so yeah, the Dwarf Gold is on the end of this. I had to use it. I thought I got to use that because I liked it, and the Dwarf Gold is there and on his tip there. But that I really loved painting. I didn't want to stop painting it, to be honest. I kept looking at it. Is there anything else I can do with it? Anything else I can do with it? But no. Yeah, absolutely lovely buy. Nice purchase and a nice figure. Anyway, again for Christmas, my other half, she's good to me, she spoils me, I tell you. She brought me my first dragon, Black Dragon Wormling, and it came with his little companion thing piece across some skull and crossbones down there. This, I have to confess, I painted first, and I painted him all black, and absolutely, it was horrible. So what I did is I went on to the internet and I looked for a tutorial, and I found the actual tutorial for this figure, and I followed it, and this is what I came up with, and I liked it. It lost some of the detail, unfortunately, because the amount of paint's got on it. I had to re-prime it, so it went over with another grey primer, so it lost some of the detail, but still, for a learning curve, I think I've done quite a good job on that. So we should just put him out the way. Right, with the set of paints that Kelly brought me came 5 other figures, and this is one of them. This is a Tiefling Warlock. I can't pronounce his name, but I shall put it up on the screen. Yeah. So, new paint colours, here we go. Neutral Red, Worm Purple, Chaotic Black, Deadly Iron, Dwarf Gold, Mermaid Turquoise, Ancient Bones, Angelic Yellow, Wildfire Orange, Flesh Wash, and a Shadow Wash. Absolutely love the way that turned out. The only change that I made, because I didn't like it, was on his boots. Oh, excuse me. And that was, I've done XV88 and snakebite leather for his boots. It's the only change I made. But absolutely enjoyed painting this figure. The other 4 are sitting waiting to go. So we shall see what happens with those. I've got, as I said, about 6 other figures sitting up in a box waiting to be assembled. I've got a project to do with building my tank again, so there is plenty of things for me to do. So that was my last figure I painted before the new year. So there is another figure that I've painted, but I'm not going to show that to the end of the month because I'll probably have another figure painted by that point. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed seeing what figures I've painted since November, since I started, as I've enjoyed showing you them, as I've enjoyed painting them and discovering all the new little techniques. I mean, yeah, there we go. Big, huge comparison. Big change, big difference. So yeah, have a good weekend, have a good week, have a good month. Happy painting. Bye.